This video is going completely wrong. Why, you may ask? Because I think I've broken a 2 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe to try to and use it in that small USB hub. Why I did that? Let's have a closer look at it and see what I did wrong, because I fucked up. Thanks to this small little package, I'll be able to transform this MacBook Pro M1 from a classic laptop to a proper desktop PC. Let's change perspective, open it up and see what we're talking about. First of all, I'm sorry for my voice, but I have a cold and you can clearly tell it from my voice. But I still want to make this video because this is a really interesting product and I can't wait to use it. It comes directly from China and in fact it has taken like more than a month. And as you can see, this is the Orico 9-in-1 docking station. This is a USB Type-C station, but not your average one, because the killer feature of this device is that it has an M2 slot. And it's super useful because I can use a 2 terabyte NVMe to connect it to my main PC.
I can use a 2 terabyte NVMe to connect it to my main PC.
Or to my MacBook, so I can share files. This is super compact, as you can see. But let's start in order. So, oh, this is heavy. There's more, probably the adapter power. Oh no, USB Type-C, a screwdriver, a couple of screws, this is a thermal pad and some instructions. So I'll guess I'll have to use the MacBook power adapter to use it, because of course it's gonna need power to properly function. Let's open the papers and see if it tells anything important. Have a look at all the ports. On this side we have an HDMI. I'm not sure which kind it is, which version it is. We have power delivery with Type-C, so yeah, I'll need to use the MacBook adapter. Micro SD card and SD card reader. Exceptional for every content creator like me, because I can connect this camera right here to USB 10 gigs ports, LAN, which is awesome because Wi-Fi is just not reliable as the LAN port. Another 10 gigs USB, Type-C, auxiliary jack, and then we have the M2 slot. So let's start by installing the M2 drive. I'm gonna use the KC3000 from Kingston. It's a Gen 4 drive, so we'll see if it can actually support it. If it can, this is gonna be awesome, because 7 gigs a second using a freaking USB hub. Sweet, but I don't think it's gonna handle it. We have to use the standoff, I guess, because it's not installed. And no, this is not a standoff. POV, they are the things supposed to hold your SSD in place. You didn't know it because in the manual there were screws involved. So you just put your SSD in and find out later on that you've broken a 2 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe. Let's go. It seems to be working just fine right now. Let's check for the monitor if it recognizes. It says on the box 4K 60 Hz, so I won't benefit from 144, but at least it should be 6. No. As you can see, it's still 30 Hz maximum, even though I'm sure that the cable is okay because it's a 2.1 HDMI, so it should recognize 60 Hz, and I don't know why it does not. Let's see if it recognizes the USB-C, the NVMe. No. What the? Why? To make you understand what has happened that costed me this NVMe Gen 4 2 terabyte SSD, I need to take the instruction, because that is the first problem. As you can see right here, it says tighten the screws to secure the SSD. You take a look at this and there are no screws. There is not even a standoff for the SSD. My first thought was, well, it may be because it's secured in place by the pressure applied by this cover. That's the perfect size, that's the perfect distance, so I closed that like this and I thought it was going well. Then I removed it and it came out attached to the thermal pad. So I had a better look at the items included in the box, and there were these small rubber feet, rubber screw, how you wanna call it, and you were supposed to place them in the slot for the screw, place the M2, and then press it down in place. I tried with this NVMe, nothing appeared on the Mac, so I tried to put it in a Windows machine. It wasn't detected whatsoever. Then I said, fuck, let's try with another one. This MTech X300, a 512 Gen 3 SSD. And it was actually recognized, and I've lost the rubber feet, because this thing is dumb. It's new, it's supposed to work just fine. But no, that's not how it's going. I try to quiz it, okay, I can with my finger, I close it, and this is actually recognized by the system, by the Mac. But the problem is that I now don't think my Gen 4 SSD will work ever again, because it probably got short-circuited on this thing, because I had no clue this was the thing that had to secure it. You don't see things like this, you see screws. These are the place for the standoffs. So what you think is I have to place a standoff or a screw. No, you have to place these thingies. As you can see from the PCB, here right in front of the M2 slot, there are some components that can interfere with the SSD. If I take this 500 gigs one, which has chips only on this side and nothing on the other side, it works just fine. Why? Because as you can see, the components on the PCB doesn't interfere with the SSD itself. But if I place this 2 TB Kingston KC3000 on here, which has chips on either side, I try to close it, but as you can see, these components are in the way of the SSD, so even if I try to place it, it bends a little bit, which means the pins does not have a good contact, and also it can damage the chip itself, as you can see from this corner right here. This is a 150 euros hub. This is unacceptable. For 150 euros, it has to work with everything. And aside from this, the HDMI, even if it's a 2.0 with Max, doesn't output 4K 60 Hz, only 4K 30 Hz. I don't care if it's something related to macOS. 150 euros, I want this to work flawlessly. And the Ethernet port is only 1 gigabit, which is fine for most people, but once again, for this price tag, I want it at least 2.5. In conclusion, this 150 euros USB hub can do 4K 30 Hz, even though on the box says 4K 60 Hz and the compatibility with macOS, so it should work. I can't use a 2 TB NVMe because it's engineered in a dumb way, even though on the box or on the site, I can't remember, states that it can handle up to 4 TB on the website, not on the box. It's only 1 gigabit LAN. Who would I recommend this to? No one. For 150 euros, no one. This should cost maybe 50, 60 euros, and I could consider it, but not more than that price. It's too limited. You have to set up everything in a certain way. It's not compatible out of the box with your setup. Not recommended. Just buy any other USB hub, and then if you want an external NVMe, buy an NVMe enclosure for like 30 euros or so, and you'll save 80 euros still compared to this product. So yeah, don't buy it. I will link the link in bio, but please don't. Just don't. Thank you so much for sticking until the end of the video. Leave a like if you've liked this video. Remember to subscribe and activate the notification bell so that you won't miss any future video. I hope not like this one. And I'll see you in a week. Ciao.